They may quibble about how often it happens, but the Public Works Department does know why these compactor trucks are leaking onto the street. They know the fix looks something like this, only bigger, and they know the fix would cost about $10 a truck. It's not hard to find garbage trucks drizzling Charleston streets with potentially hazardous ooze, what the waste industry calls leach it. Try it yourself. Just follow the stained trails on the street to the first puddle of what gets squeezed out of your garbage, then look for the compactor truck.
We don't, purposely go out here and drain the leach it out on the streets, I don't think.
That's Gary Taylor, the city's public works director. Listen to that soundbite again.
We don't, purposely go out here and drain the leach it out on the streets, I don't think.
Because underneath each compactor truck is a drain that should be fitted with a factory-installed threaded plug.
Normally we keep the plugs in them, but to say, some of the trucks don't have, they're missing.
And without the plug, when your garbage gets compacted, streams of liquid chock full of potentially deadly E. coli bacteria get released right out on the street.
We don't think that we have that much of a problem with it leaking out on the streets. We get maybe 1 to 2 reports a week on the leachate running out.
Taylor claims the city always dispatches a water truck when there's a complaint, but there is visible evidence of leak trails lasting from one collection day to another and beyond.
Well, the plug could unscrew.
That's Gary Grady. He heads up West Virginia Tractor, which supplies garbage trucks to Charleston.
The plug is not exactly flat with the bottom of the hopper, so I assume that it's possible that it could be knocked off or dislodged when traveling some of these extremely steep streets that we have.
Well, they get knocked out sometimes. Sometimes they're taken out when the truck's brought in for maintenance.
So you might be wondering, with the kind of spillage we've documented, how many trucks are missing plugs?
I couldn't really tell you for sure. We will check. We check them regularly.
We decided to check too. The garbage trucks are parked just across the street from Taylor's office. Out of 17 compactors the city owns, how many do not have a plug to keep toxic liquid off your street? That's 14 trucks out of 17 we were able to quickly document in one spot with no plugs.
I'm a citizen of Charleston, and I can't remember ever seeing a leakage from a packer on my street. It doesn't mean it hasn't happened, but I haven't seen it as a problem at all.
I guess we've never recognized it as a big problem. So that's why they've never really been met much attention given to whether the plugs are in or not.
The Kanawha Charleston Health Department's paying attention. Even if you believe it's an accident, even if you believe it's rare, you better believe it's dangerous.
Let's just assume that it is a rare incident.
That's Environmental Health Director Anita Ray.
Even 2 or 3 times a year, that's just way too much E. coli to be put back out on the ground for people to be able to come in contact with. But again, you got to use common sense. We don't live in a third world country.
So who regulates this potentially hazardous material leaking onto your street? Would you believe nobody?
It is something that I think needs to be looked at.
Regulators and lawmakers on keeping you safe in our next hometown investigation on garbage spit. Live and local in Charleston, David Iverson, 13 News.